Hey guys, welcome back to Fat Kid Certified Sports Entertainment. I am your host. I am the Fat Kid himself. I am Mike Bernier, joined by my lovely wife, Carol.
Hi guys.
Third guest on the channel.
Fourth guest.
No, I don't count Jackson. Jackson.
Fourth guest.
No, Jackson didn't say anything. He If Jackson would have said hello or something, then it would have counted as a guest. But he said took off and ran right away. We are in Toy Story onesies.
Oh.
I feel like absolute crap. My nose is leaking like a fountain. That's always fun.
Yeah, he's sick.
So, I chew in my mouth.
What is today's video?
Well, I was going to give them a little back date on why we haven't had any content recently.
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Well, you do that. I'm just a guest. I'm usually behind the scenes. Stop.
I did film some stuff while we were in Toronto. I drop boxed it to Carol. Two of the videos I don't think have audio, so now I have to wait and airdrop them to the computer so we can edit those videos together. Did a video with Joe Lopez about SummerSlam while we walked from our hotel, or excuse me, our Airbnb to the Scotiabank Arena prior to SummerSlam. That video got airdropped. It's getting edited probably tonight or tomorrow, as well as this video getting edited. So between that, work has been hectic, life's been hectic, my face feels like it's about to fall off because of this sinus garbage. So it's been a lot of fun. We almost died of a heat stroke in Disney, kind of gross. Then I had a playoff.
Is that why we're wearing this? Because we went to Disney?
Probably. Then I had a playoff game and it was hot that day too, and it's just been a long couple days. I slept for like 7 hours on Sunday. It was really weird. Fell asleep at like 4 o'clock and woke up at like 11. I mean, it was so weird. But we are here today. We are here to talk about something that I am and always will love more than probably most things in wrestling. The King of the Ring tournament. It is back. It has been brought back for 2019. I've always loved the King of the Ring. I've always been a big fan of the King of the Ring. So the King of the Ring is back. Hold on, let me open up this computer so I can give you guys the full rundown of the brackets before we go over our picks. Because I recorded this video once with Carol and half the footage got corrupted somehow, so we're back for round 2. A lot of fun. The entire bracket, before we give you our picks, I want you guys to know this was recorded Tuesday night. We have not watched SmackDown yet.
No.
We have it recorded, so we're going to watch it as soon as we get off of here. So there have been 2 for sure people that have moved on. Samoa Joe over Cesaro. Cedric Alexander over Sami Zayn. So when I tell you these brackets, know that those 2 matches have already taken place with Joe and Alexander respectively moving on. We'll automatically move on from those. We won't give you our opinion on those because I had Joe and Alexander moving on no matter what, as did Carol. So the Raw bracket was Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. We talked about Joe moving on. Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. The winner of that match takes on Samoa Joe. Cedric Alexander over Sami Zayn. The winner of Miz and Baron Corbin will take on Cedric Alexander in the Raw quarterfinals. The SmackDown side, we don't know anything on SmackDown yet because, like I said, we haven't watched it. Elias versus Kevin Owens, that was on tonight's show. The winner of that gets the winner of Ali versus the best kept secret in WWE, Buddy Murphy. Chad, Ready, Willing, and Gable. He takes on Shelton Benjamin. That match is next week. And then in the final SmackDown first round match, it's Apollo. I don't know if he's going by Cruz still or not. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Apollo versus Andrade. So let's start on the Raw side since half of the Raw bracket is already filled in. Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. We'll start with the match that I was very surprised is a first round match. I thought these guys would maybe meet in the Raw finals. Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. Carol, tell me who you think's gonna win.
Ricochet. I know you. I'm going with Ricochet. I mean, I know he's like little, but he's very athletic, and I know what's his name is like really big, but I'm going with Ricochet.
I hope Drew kicks his head into about the 17th row.
I know you're not a fan of him.
Guy's a pain in the... Yeah.
Wee wee.
God, I hate Ricochet.
Hey, I like him.
Drew McIntyre, he kicks his face into the 17th row and advances. I have Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe in the Raw quarterfinals. Carol now has Samoa Joe versus Rick O'Shea. everybody's favorite Irish man, Rick O'Shea. See what I did there? In the other Raw first round match, Cedric Alexander over Sami Zayn. The Constable, all right, the former Constable, whatever. The guy that works at TGI Fridays on his days off. Baron Corbin versus the self-proclaimed A-lister, some guy who has a reality show also on USA Network, which, hey, by the way, just got NXT 2-hour shows starting in about 3 weeks to compete with AEW. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth on another episode that I have planned, but I don't want to give away too much on that. The Constable versus The Miz.
Constable.
I agree. I don't think The Miz has a chance in hell.
Me neither. It's not even be a favoritism.
To be honest with you, I don't even know why The Miz is in this tournament.
Me neither.
I would have been better off with having, like, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. I would have gone even more.
I'd have been better off with, like, you could have put almost anybody in there. I mean, you could have literally given me, hold on. You could have given me somebody from 205 Live. You could have given me, like, Akira Tozawa, Oni Lorcan.
Drake Maverick?
He's still trying to win the 24/7 championship and consummate his wedding, his marriage, whatever you want.
Constipate.
Constipate. It's not constipate. He's not trying to, like, not shit himself. I mean,
R-Truth is hilarious. We have snacks right here. I've been picking at them.
She really has been.
Hold on, I'm just gonna get the light.
I need salty stuff.
I know. I want some chicken wings.
Oh, here you go. You could have put, like, I don't know, Kurt Hawkins. I would have said Bobby Lashley, but he's hurt.
The Bobs.
The Bobs is hurt though. Man, you could have put Mojo Rawley in the King of the Ring.
Mommy and Bob.
Give me Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode would have been better in there than.
Where is he?
Growing out that really hideous 1960s porn stash. That stash has a mind of its own. Oh my god, terrible. Wow, so bright now. God. Carol just moved the ring light in the middle of the picture, and I'm so bright right now.
Sorry.
Wow, I'm blinded by the light. Okay, so the other Raw bracket, we both said that Patrick Baron Corbin would beat The Miz. So the Raw quarterfinal, Samoa Joe versus Ricochet, Cedric Alexander versus Baron Corbin for Carol. I have Samoa Joe versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin versus Cedric Alexander. Now the one we can go a little bit more in depth on because we have not watched SmackDown, as the small camera now has gone full haywire and we are blurrier than a snowstorm in the middle of December.
My highlight though.
You're so annoying right now. Kevin Owens versus Elias. I have Fight Owens fight.
I am taking Fight Owens fight. Only because you made a point.
That Elias is the 24/7 champion.
Yeah, and I can see R-Truth trying to come in and
some shenanigans, and it distracts Elias.
Or Drake.
Or Elias could win because one of them tries to do something to win the title, and Shane McMahon disqualifies Kevin Owens for outside interference and screws Owens.
Who
knows? Right. I'm still taking Owens.
Me too. You're twin.
That one's easy. Ollie versus SmackDown's best kept secret, Buddy Murphy.
Ollie?
I'm taking the best kept secret in WWE. I'm taking Buddy Murphy. Buddy had a very good match last week against Roman Reigns. He has a match lined up with Daniel Bryan for tonight that I think is going to be really, really good. So I'm super pumped for a Buddy Murphy push. So give me Liberty or give me Buddy Murphy. So I'll take the Murph to defeat
I'm waiting for you
Ali.
to say Liberty Mutual.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. I don't know why.
I don't know.
In the other half of the SmackDown bracket, it is former tag team partners Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Benjamin and Gable were a tag team after Jason Jordan got moved to Raw and became Kurt Angle's illegitimate son and then broke his neck. So they paired Chad Gable with Shelton Benjamin to reform the world's greatest tag team, which I absolutely hated. I'm going to take Chad, Ready, Willing, and Gable to defeat Shelton Benjamin. Carol, who do you got in the match of nobody expected these two guys to be part of this bracket from the SmackDown side?
I'm going with the opposite person, just because of you just said that. I'm with Benjamin. And because I feel like I already know this too.
It's all about the Benjamins, according to
So,
Carol.
I'm going with Benjamin.
Alright. And in the easiest match for either one of us to pick in this bracket, I think Andrade versus Apollo Crews. I don't know if he's still going by Crews. I really don't care. He has no shot of winning. Tranquilo. Carol made a joke in the video that got corrupted. What has Apollo won? And I said the heart of Charlotte Flair.
Apollo?
Oh, man, I screwed that one up. That was an Andrade joke. I screwed that one up.
Oh,
well.
I think you need some tea.
No, I think I just need to just go fall off a cliff. So yeah. So we definitely said the joke about Andrade winning over Charlotte Flair's heart.
Because you know Zelina's going to interfere. I mean...
Tranquilo. I don't roll my R's. Alright, so our bracket's going into the quarterfinals. Samoa Joe, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, Baron Corbin for Carol, and then she has Kevin Owens, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, and Andrade in the SmackDown side. My bracket, Samoa Joe versus Drew McIntyre, Cedric Alexander versus Baron Corbin. The SmackDown side is Kevin Owens versus Buddy Murphy, and then Chad Gable versus Andrade. We'll start on Raw. Samoa Joe versus Ricochet for you. Who do you got?
I had a hard time with this last time because I'm a Joe fan. Like, what's up, Joe? But
Wendy.
He's hilarious. I'm sorry. He is hilarious. He's a freak. I'm a Joe fan. But I say Ricochet.
Okay. Guys, I want you guys to understand this.
Did I change my answer again?
We're 11 minutes into this video. The other video was 26 minutes. That's 37 minutes of video time. Plus the 7 minutes that it took me to go over her with these brackets with her. She's changed her picks 37 times since I've written them down. She just changed one from one video to the other. She's now changed from Samoa Joe to Ricochet.
Really?
Yes, you had Joe winning. Because I made a point in why I think...
See? This is why we need to do this on one take. You make me change my mind too many times.
I tried to do it in one take. I'm sorry that the film got corrupted. Because here's my thing. I think the reason why that Ricochet doesn't advance, to be honest with you, is the OC interferes and costs Ricochet his first round match with Drew McIntyre, which is something you said could cost him his second round match, which would then lead to Samoa Joe winning in the first video. But I digress.
Oh, I have chips.
Ooh, but you definitely just took Ricochet over Samoa Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Cedric Alexander, the Constable Baron Corbin. Who you got?
Ow, just gave myself a toe cramp.
That's nice.
I don't know. That's a hard one now. Who did I take last time? Don't tell me. Okay. I'm a Constable fan. But Cedric is really amazing in ring.
I just want to see who you're
I'm
in.
going with Cedric.
What was that? Speak louder for the people in the back.
Cedric.
You going with Cedric? Okay, again, we're now 44 minutes into recording / prep. She took Cedric Alexander to win the King of the Ring when she started her brackets. She changed her mind in the first video. She's back to Cedric Alexander getting to the Raw Finals. My God, this is not real life right now.
Sorry.
Okay, my Raw side, I have Drew McIntyre over Samoa Joe. I think Drew McIntyre gets to the Raw Finals. The guy's a machine. He's great in ring. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be a big piece for the WWE moving forward. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Whenever
I could see him winning it, but I'm just not up for him winning it.
And in the other side of the bracket, Cedric Alexander versus... I have the Constable as well. I am going with Cedric. He's been the guy that I've picked to win this half of the bracket the whole time since the bracket has been announced. My Raw Finals, Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. Carol's is now Ricochet versus Cedric Alexander in a battle of who can do the most 450 splashes in one match. Flip-de-doo-dah, flip-de-dee-day. Carol wants to do from flips all day. That's what I feel like that match should be titled. Because you just picked both the flippy guys to get to the
I know, I chose two of the same size guys.
Yeah, you definitely changed your mind 306 times in the last 47 minutes.
I did.
The SmackDown side, Fight Owens fight versus, I believe, versus Ali. So you have in your first quarterfinal match. Who you got?
Ali.
Oh wow, she didn't change her mind on this one, guys. Wow.
Probably. Because I still think, like you said,
Shane is inevitably
Shady
going to
Man's
cost.
gonna come in and do some shady business.
Shado Mac.
Yeah.
Throwing on the shade. Shado Mac.
Yeah.
Here comes the money.
Being shady.
Here comes the money.
Don't do that.
Do a stupid ass little dance that he does. My pick, I have Kevin Owens versus the best kept secret in WWE, Buddy Murphy. I'm taking the Murph.
Is he still dating Alexa? Are they still engaged?
I don't know if it was him that was engaged to her. I thought it was the other one.
I don't know. Can't keep up.
Yeah, I don't know anymore either. I'm taking Buddy Murphy. I'm taking the Aussie. I'm taking Murphy to get to the SmackDown finals. The best kept secret, the former Cruiserweight champion. I'm super excited for a run for Buddy Murphy here. I think he's going to be great on the SmackDown roster. So I'll take Murphy over Kevin Owens. I think Shane gets involved here in some way, shape, or form to cost Kevin, which is unfortunate, but I think Murphy gets the win. The other side of the SmackDown bracket, you have Shelton Benjamin. Shelton, I have a mouthful of marbles. Benjamin versus Andrade. I have Chad Gable versus Andrade. Again, I don't think this one is really hard. I think this one is very simple. It is Andrade going on to the SmackDown finals.
I'm gonna be amazed. Like, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna be shook if it's not. Like, Andrade
if
don't
Andrade is not in at least the final four, I will literally like eat cardboard. Like, there's no way that Andrade's not in the final.
I'll make him eat a pickle.
Gross. So my Raw finals is Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. Yours is Ricochet, Cedric Alexander. My SmackDown final is Buddy Murphy versus Andrade. Yours is Lee versus Andrade. We'll start with you. Give me your winner of your Raw semifinals.
Andrade.
I said Raw, not SmackDown, genius.
Oh, sorry.
Ricochet versus Cedric Alexander.
Cedric.
All right, cool. So
Sorry.
she had Cedric winning in the pre-tape. She changed to the Constable Baron Corbin. She's going back to Cedric Alexander winning the Raw bracket. All right. Woo! All right, she's taking Cedric Alexander. I'm going to take the Scottish Psychopath. I'm taking Drew McIntyre to represent Raw in the finals of the King of the Ring. I like Cedric Alexander. They've had really good matches together. But based off of who I think is going to win the SmackDown side, it just does not make sense to have Cedric Alexander in the finals against who I think is going to win the SmackDown side. So with that being said, I'm going to take Drew McIntyre. I think he's going to be a big player for Raw, moving on to being more of a separated brand from SmackDown once the Fox SmackDown Live thing starts. Because I think they're going to go harder on these brand splits so you don't see as many guys on both channels. You're not going to have that wild card rule anymore. I think SmackDown really wants it to be its own separate unit when it moves to Fox. So I will take Drew McIntyre to win the Raw bracket, leading to the SmackDown bracket, Andrade versus Ali. You already rolled your R and said Andrade. So your finals of the King of the Ring is Cedric Alexander versus Andrade. My finals is Drew McIntyre versus the best kept secret in WWE. I'm taking Buddy Murphy. I think the Murph Dog wins the SmackDown side of the bracket. That means he would have went through Ali, Kevin Owens, and Andrade to get to the finals after having a great match with Roman Reigns and a match tonight with Daniel Bryan that I think is going to be absolutely amazing as well. So that'd be a hell of a run for Buddy Murphy. My finals, Drew McIntyre versus Buddy Murphy. Yours is Andrade versus Cedric Alexander. We'll start with Carol. Who do you think wins the 2019 King of the Ring?
Alexander.
Oh, she went back to her pre-tape prediction of Cedric Alexander.
I do.
Why are you picking Cedric Alexander?
I feel like, not for nothing, Mr. Tranquilo has been shoved down our throats too much. Not that he's not good in ring.
So he's getting the Charlotte Flair treatment.
Yes, he is. I think that, and being Hispanic, I don't know. He is great in ring. I'm not denying that. But I'm going with Cedric. That guy's badass.
I'm trying to see if that links.
It doesn't. I haven't seen much of him or him being pushed for much. But again, I could be wrong because didn't he just?
Champion.
I was gonna say, didn't he just come out of 205?
Yep.
So maybe Mike.
Ring.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going with Cedric. That is.
I don't hate his pick, but I feel like it's the King of the Ring to me has always been a heel thing. It's always been a guy that's been a bad guy that wins it, so the fans give them something to boo. And I feel like if you got Andrade all the way to the finals, I feel like you'd almost have to go to Andrade, because here's the thing. They're trying to build the Latin demographic for the whenever they inevitably move to Fox for the new show on Friday nights. So if you're trying to build that demographic, how do you get there? By putting somebody over that is part of that demographic.
And I agree. And again, I said that.
Getting to the finals isn't necessarily a bad thing for Andrade, but I feel like if you get him there, him wearing the crown and the cape and the scepter and all that stuff as he goes on to SmackDown on that first
So if he wins,
show.
though, can Zelina, like, turn on him and then go to her husband?
No chance.
I'm just so sick of her.
No chance.
No, because it's going to be the two Hispanics. That's why.
No, because I don't think Aleister Black needs a manager. He's not a bad guy.
I know. Man, why isn't he in this?
I don't know. Whenever you figure that out, feel free to let me know. Because I can't figure it out. I mean, we literally, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are in this, but not Aleister Black.
Amazing.
I mean, who was it that we just talked about on the Raw side that isn't on that isn't in Dolph Ziggler? Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, that he should have replaced Miz. Because I'm sorry, yeah, Miz is good and all, but
Sammy's been bad. Sammy needs to refresh that character. This scum of the earth thing that he's doing. By the way, foreshadowing. I just read something on Twitter in between filming. Sami Zayn may be getting a character uplift. We'll talk about that, me and you, off camera.
Oh.
But yeah.
I like him. He's hilarious, though.
He's hilarious, but that
fool.
scum of the earth thing that he's doing is really old.
No, I agree. But he is a fool.
So my finals, the best kept secret in WWE, the former Cruiserweight champion Buddy Murphy, taking on the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. I am taking Drew McIntyre to win the 2019 King of the Ring, because I think this is going to build to something more. Most of the time with the King of the Ring, it's always been about a build to something that happens afterwards. So my prediction is that the Scottish psychopath wins the King of the Ring, which will happen, the finals happen at Clash of the Champions in September. I think he wins.
We'll be in Disney that day. Jackson's birthday.
Yep. I think he wins a match at the October pay-per-view that's, I don't think, been named yet. And then I think this inevitably leads to the day that we will be in Chicago. I think it is Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed Universal Championship in a match at Survivor Series, which I inevitably think that Drew McIntyre could walk away with the title. I'm not saying that he does walk away with the title. I'm saying that this is a match that you can see Drew McIntyre finally reach the cusp of greatness in the WWE. When he was there the first time, he was the chosen one. He was Vince McMahon's chosen champion. He was the Intercontinental Champion. He left, came back, won the NXT title before leaving NXT and coming back up to the main roster. So I think Drew McIntyre wins the King of the Ring. I think this leads to a McIntyre versus Seth match at Survivor Series, which I will be super pumped for. So give me the Scottish psychopath over the best kept secret in WWE and Buddy Murphy. If that's the case, to be 100% honest with you, Buddy Murphy may have had the best run of his life. Roman, Bryan, Ali, Owens or Elias, Andrade, probably, because I don't think Andrade is not making the Final Four, like I said, and then a loss to the Scottish psychopath. I don't know if there's a better run that a random guy that was part of the Cruiserweight division not 4 months ago could have than Buddy Murphy if that's the run that he goes on. And I think that's a big piece, because I think SmackDown needs another guy that they can get over that can be great in ring. He reminds me a lot of a very young Daniel Bryan. Bryan was part of Nexus, got eliminated, came back, was a guy that was bouncing all over the ring, doing dives through the ropes and all that other stuff. And I think Buddy could be that guy, given the right push and the right amount of people and the great in-ring work that he does. If he could have a couple other guys that he could dance with really well, Bryan, Roman, Dolph, Corbin, guys that he can really go with in the ring, I think Buddy Murphy could be a big piece of this SmackDown roster once the roster really separate hard, which I think is going to happen in October. So again, if that's the run that Buddy Murphy goes on and loses in the finals to Drew McIntyre, I think this is a hell of a run for Buddy Murphy. But I think it's McIntyre's time. I think the King will be the Scottish psychopath. I don't think he's going to wear the crown. I don't know if he'll wear the crown. I think he'll just destroy it because he's kind of an asshole.
I can see that. I can see that.
Give me Liberty or give me the Scottish psychopath. So that is who we think is going to win the 2019 King of the Rings. She has Cedric Alexander. I have Drew McIntyre. Giveaway time, since you guys have been loyal to me. If any of you out there in the land, because the brackets have already started, and I don't want to make this cheating. If anybody that listens and or watches this lovely sophisticated television product. Would like to give me a guess of who's going to win the Raw bracket, who is going to win the SmackDown bracket. So if you give me the 2 guys that are going to fight each other in the finals and the winner, and you get all 3 of those correct, I will send you a Funko Pop of my choice of a wrestler.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That's pretty good.
I'm with that.
So get your post in. Picks have to be in. If this video gets up, we'll say this video gets up Wednesday morning probably before it gets released to the public. So your picks have to be in by Sunday. What day is that? Let me look at my phone. Picks have to be in by Sunday, the 25th of August. I almost said September. Wow, I'm gonna just fall off a cliff. You got to have your picks in by this Sunday, the 25th, to be eligible. I will notify the winner if there is one via private message after the finals have been figured out via the elimination process. So feel free to give a thumbs up on this video, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Find me on Instagram at fatkidcertifiedse. She's at _lifeofcarol_ some weird thing like that, I think. I don't know. She'll tag it in the video below.
I said I put it down below.
I know. I'm just looking at you like, why are you just saying what I'm saying right now?
I don't know.
Alright. That's the end of the King of the Ring video. I'll be back tomorrow to discuss the Mount Rushmores of the LA Angels of Anaheim and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
We should get a belt.
What, pay the $300 and get one that we actually want?
No! We ain't balling like that.
Balling!
But we should get a belt.
We'll look into it. So, see me later this week for Dodgers Angels. I got the Padres one queued up as well. Some fun stuff coming up with Craig for the Yankees and Mets Mount Rushmore. I'll probably have Ernest on that one. I'm gonna have Jager on for the Braves Mount Rushmore with their teamed up with. He just got back from vacation, so I'm probably gonna have him on a couple videos here moving forward. But again, feel free to hit that like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys on the other side. For all you guys that have stuck around, thank you. For all those who've had my back, I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.